Hello friends, welcome back to Online Math. We have this stuff right here to evaluate. So this is root 1 minus I. So we want to find out the value of this expression right here. So just follow through. We're going to be solving that in this video. But just before we proceed, if you are new to our channel, do what to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and then of course make sure you turn on the notification icon. And having done that, I'm going to proceed right into the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just to let root 1 minus I to be another complex number x minus I y. I'm just going to take the square of both sides right here, and if I do that, this is actually going to cancel this, and then I'm left with the fact that 1 minus I is equal to, so I can also simplify this. So and to do that, I'll just use the first term to multiply itself, that is x times s, and that will give you x squared. So next I will use this to multiply the stuff inside the bracket. So this is 2 times x times minus I y. That's going to give us minus 2xyi. Okay, and then of course I will also use this minus iy to multiply itself, and I'm going to be having minus y squared. Okay, so obviously you can see that 1 minus I is equal to x squared minus y squared, and then of course minus 2xyi. So here we can just go ahead to do some comparison. So we'll compare coefficient, and here you can see that this one is the real part, and of course this is the imaginary part. So I'm going to compare the real part to the real part here, and of course 1 is the real part here and this is the imaginary part. So obviously you can see that x squared minus y squared is equal to 1. Okay, and then of course this imaginary part on the right hand side, that is 2xy, is equal to 1. I'm going to name this, let's say, equation 1, and then of course this one equation 2. Recall that x squared plus y squared power 2 is actually going to be giving you x squared minus y squared, and then of course plus 4x squared y squared. Okay, so this relation, this is also squared. This is x squared minus y squared all raised to the power 2, plus I can also write all of this as 2xy all raised to the power 2. Okay, so that when you have 2 squared is 4, x squared is this, and then y squared is also this stuff right here. And then you can see clearly here that this stuff inside bracket is exactly what we have here. So this is equal to 1 squared, and then plus this is also the same what we have here, this, and is also 1 squared. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is also going to be equal to 2. And so obviously you see that x squared plus y squared all raised to power 2 is equal to 2. And then for me to just get x squared plus y squared, I can just go ahead to take the square root of both sides, so that obviously you can see that x squared plus y squared is equal to root 2. Okay, so now that we've gotten x squared plus y squared, and then we've seen the value which is root 2, I'm going to combine equation 1 with let me just call this equation 3. So I'm going to combine equation 1 and equation 3. Equation 1 we have is x squared minus y squared is equal to 1, and then the second one, that is the third equation, is x squared plus y squared is equal to root 2. Subtract equation 1 from equation 3. X squared here minus x squared here is 0, and then y squared here minus this y squared is actually going to be giving us 2y squared is equal to root 2 minus 1. Okay, and then of course at this point I'm going to divide through by 2, so that I have that y squared is now equal to root 2 minus 1 all divided by 2. And then to get y, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Okay, and if I do that, this is actually going to cancel this, so that y is now equal, and because of this the square root, I'm going to be adding a plus or minus. Okay, I also factorize this one out here, so 1 over root 2. Okay, and then of course multiply by the square root of root 2 minus 1. So this is going to be the value of y. Okay, so I've got this to be equal to, let me write it for clarity's sake, plus or minus 1 over root 2. Okay, and then square root of root 2 minus 1. Okay, so this is the value for y. And then to get that of x, what I'm going to do is just to come over to this equation 1 and equation 2, and so I'm going to be adding both of them. If I do that, x squared plus x squared is actually going to give me 2x squared. Negative y squared plus y squared is 0, and then 1 plus root 2 is also same with that. So if I add equation 1 and equation 3, I'm going to be having 2x squared, okay, is equal to root 2 plus 1. And then at this point we can still go ahead to divide through by 2, and if I do that, this cancel this, and x squared is now equal to root 2, okay, plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so we can just go ahead to take the square root of both sides, and if we do that, this cancels this, and x is now equal to, so I'm also going to go ahead to factorize this 1 over root 2 here. So I have 1 over root 2 out, and then all multiply by the square root of root 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is what the value of x is actually going to be. Okay, and then if you remember where we started, where we set the square root of 1 minus I to be equal to x minus I y. Okay, so we are going to be replacing the values of x and y now, and then our x, we got it to be equal to plus or minus 1 over root 2, okay, multiply by square root of root 2 plus 1 minus I. Let me just put this in parentheses. Y is also plus or minus 1 over root 2 multiplied by square root of root 2 and then minus 1. Okay, so I'm going to factorize this 1 over root 2 out, so I have plus or minus 1 over root 2, okay, and then give it a big square root, so this big bracket, so this is square root of root 2 plus 1, and then of course minus I root square root of root 2 minus 1, and this is going to be the value of the expression we are solving, which is basically root 1 minus I. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.